Okay, let's get to drawing. Grab your tool of choice, something that'll let you work freely. It doesn't necessarily mean quickly. You can work freely and be going quite slow. And let's draw without judgment, without attaching expectations, for just 10 minutes, if we can. After those 10 minutes, we can invite our judgments and expectations back in, with a handshake and a smile. Our old friends. We can even put a drink in their hand as they cross the threshold of the mind if we want. There's so many ways you could have spent this free part of your day. You could have been exercising, reading, writing overdue emails, planning surprise parties, prowling the free part of Craigslist, but you sat down to draw instead. That's not insignificant. Why do you need this today? I'm not talking about the collective, depersonalized you. I mean, you, the particular person, sitting there, drawing. Why must you sit and draw? Why are you inexorably drawn to this, when life offers a plethora of other, often equally productive and rewarding activities to fill your time? Why does the natural progression of your current situation place you in a chair, practicing infinite drawing expansion into realms unknown? Why is that the particular medicine that you need? I don't expect anyone to have a real answer to that. It's more about recognizing that no matter how tough it was to sit down, you really want this. Some part of you that you don't choose really wants to do this. Why is that important? Well, I don't know for sure that it is, but I have a hunch. I have a hunch that turning that over a little bit every day helps us learn about ourselves, about our desires and our aversions and where they come from. And learning these things about ourselves hopefully helps us understand ourselves, strengthen ourselves, and gives us a sense of purpose and meaning that isn't really attached to anything outside of us. It's the kind that comes from inside. We must be especially careful not to think reaching our goals or manifesting the highest levels of achievement will do this hard work for us, that it will give us meaning. I'll read you a poem by none other than Michelangelo. I would love to see your case that he wasn't the boss hog virtuoso of drawing, painting, and sculpture that history makes him out to be. The quality of his poems, well, I'll let you decide for yourself. He was certainly more humble about them than he was about his other pursuits. So here's his poem, On the Brink of Death. Now hath my life, across a stormy sea like a frail bark, reached that wide port where all are bidden, ere the final reckoning fall of good and evil for eternity. Now know I well how that fond fantasy which made my soul the worshipper and thrall of earthly art is vain. How criminal is that which all men seek unwillingly. Those amorous thoughts which were so lightly dressed, what are they when the double death is nigh? The one I know for sure, the other dread. painting nor sculpture now can lull to rest my soul that turns to his great love on high, whose arms to clasp us on the cross were spread. Right. Well, religiosity aside, even Michelangelo could not find his redemption in his career, even though his nickname back in the days was Il Divino, because people for real believed his work brought them closer to the literal God, even though he had seemingly impossible skills, and even though the people giving him his props for those skills were Raphael and Da Vinci, still, it wasn't enough. He still needed to be embraced by something greater. He still needed some sort of communion with something larger. I don't know how Michelangelo experienced his practice subjectively, but some of his other poems have the stink of the mystic about them, so I bet it was quite a trip for him. That's probably not too out of left field to propose, right? That Michelangelo, of all people, experienced his practice as a total trip. I'm sure the experiences validated themselves as they occurred, but who knows what sorts of oscillations somebody operating on that scale goes through as their life goes out. Can keeping your eye on the gifted, inherently generous nature of your practice soothe your soul and give you a rolling, pleasant purpose stable enough to keep you from thinking you fretted it all away on your deathbed? I don't know, of course. I'm not on my deathbed. I'll be sure to let you know from my deathbed if I've drawn my whole life and I have the insane good luck to have a deathbed. And I'll tell it to you straight. I won't bullshit you. I'll croak out I shouldn't have wasted so much time drawing for fun, right before dying, if I really feel that way. All that said, if I might broach the respectable and give you any advice, enjoy this now, while you have it. While it does what it does. Whatever popularity or success it brings you, great. But don't fool yourself into thinking that is its natural product, and that will give you your ultimate satisfaction somewhere down the line. Maybe. Not likely. Certainly uncertain. What this is, the natural product of drawing, is what it is right now, at this moment. And nothing else is given. Take it as it is delivered. And know that in that acceptance, there is all the mystery, fun, joy, and happiness you could want. All of it that a practice can possibly offer. You just need to stop punting it into the impossible future. Simply experience it now, here. Like you did for the past 10 minutes. Thanks for practicing today, and for listening. I don't take your 10 minutes for granted. I want you to spend them as best you can. If, to you, the best you can looks like drawing, we are of a part. Let us conspire together to make it happen as often as we can. If we're experiencing joy from the art, let's be sure to tell others. As a reminder to them that they can have as much joy in it as they want to. Let's draw again soon.